everybody. Today is Friday, December 23rd. I got family coming over. My daughter's out of the hospital. I thought I would just get ready real quick and just kind of give you an idea of what happened. Lord have mercy, my daughter is strong. So I just thought, hey, let me just do a quick video because I didn't do any videos all week. I didn't even have anything on backup because she's just been sick on and off since, actually it started last April. But she made it through, and we just thought maybe she had some tummy issues going on and stuff. But then in August, I'm like, that sounds like gallbladder, because I've had my gallbladder out and I've had certain signs and symptoms. So I really thought that's what it was. And in my heart of hearts, I knew, but it's just trying to convince the doctors. So Saturday, I was recording her and I out shopping, and I got my hair done, and we had fun. She was getting after we ate, she was getting tired. So we decided to just cut it kind of short. We didn't really go shopping. She had just got her nails done, and I had already had my hair done, and I had took Nopa into Hobby Lobby with me while she was getting her nails done, and I finished up some last Christmas shopping while she was in there. That was just right around the nail place where she got her nails done at. We had a Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Sally's, just, you know, I was able to get some stuff taken care of, which I'm really glad that I did while she was in there getting her nails done. Then she was like, Mom, I'm really not feeling all that well. She said, I need to go home and take my stomach medicine. And I said, okay. So we go ahead and come home, and I start wrapping some gifts, and she goes and takes a nap, and her nap lasted the rest of the evening. She just stayed in her room, and I kept checking on her. She's like, yeah, I just taking it easy. I just kind of feel yucky. So, later on that night, about 2 a.m, she wakes me up. She said, Mom, I'm really, really sick. She says, I think I'm going to vomit. So she goes and does her thing, and usually she feels better. So I made sure she got back in bed okay, and I laid her back down, and she was in her room, and she kind of fell asleep. So I got back in bed, and I got up for church on Sunday, and she said, I wouldn't checked on her, and she said, I don't feel like going. And I said, you don't have to. Your daddy and I'll go. So my husband and I went, and I thought, I need to finish up today. I just had a feeling something was just not right. But I just thought, well, she's going to need me, so let me go ahead and finish up my shopping. And I'm really glad I did. Right when we were checking out, she called crying, and she's like, Mom, there's something wrong with me. I need to go to the doctor or something. And when she begs me to take her to a doctor or somewhere like that, the ER, then I know she's hurting, because she is not one to go to the doctor willingly. She goes when she has to have an appointment, but just to go, she's not one to go. So I come home and I change my clothes, because I knew our ERs are really busy here. So I wanted to get her down there, but I wanted to be comfortable as well, because I still had on my cute little Sunday dress, but I wasn't going to wear it to the hospital. So we take off. Had me a nice little pair of jeans on and a sweatshirt, and we get to the hospital. And by the time we get to the hospital, my girl is crying. And it breaks my heart when she cries, because she is not a complainer, not a crier at all. And they actually got us back in the back quite early. And I'm like, give her something for pain. Well, this doctor come in. He comes in. He said, well, I'm not going to give her any pain medicine. He says to give her this little shot of Toradol. And I'm in my head, I'm like, this is gallbladder. Toradol's not going to touch it. So I told her, I said, hold on. I said, let them try what they need to try. And I said, in the end, they'll get you some good stuff. And I said, I know how, when you can have it and when you can't. Because, see, I used to work at a hospital when I was a clerk, medical assistant worked on a med-surg floor. So I was the one who did all the patients' charts and put them together. And I was around the nurses, so I knew what she could have, what time she could have it. And I learned a lot working there. So I knew what they were giving her would not touch the pain that she was feeling. But I do realize they have to try it. They have to do all this before they start handing out narcotics. So they gave her the Toradol, but didn't touch it. They said, well, let's try this little cocktail thingy. And they come in and they tried that and they didn't touch it. So the doctor come in again and I said, listen, you've tried everything that you can do. She needs something stronger for pain. Knock her butt out because this is ridiculous. We've been here 6 hours and look at her. It's ridiculous. So he's like, okay, it's time to get her that stuff. So they came in and they gave her a shot of Dilaudid and it dropped her oxygen level and everything. Boom. She's never been on anything that strong before. And I tried to tell her, just lay back, relax. It'll hit you in a minute, then you'll be fine. So they put her on oxygen and then she was fine. She rested. Her pain level went down. And the doctor comes in with an ultrasound machine. Let me repeat what I just said. The doctor came in with an ultrasound machine. I was like, oh, that's handy. They have their own ultrasound machine now in this ER. Remember what I just said, because it'll come out at the end. So anyway, he goes, oh yeah, she's got gallstones. And I'm like, okay, good. Let's get her admitted and get her surgery. He goes, no, they don't do that here. I'm like, because of the weekend. He said they don't admit from the ER for surgery for gallbladder because it's not an emergency surgery. And I'm like, do you see her? Do you see how much pain she's in? And it's gallstones. So that means the gallbladder is bad. You cannot go producing stones like that. So he come back 20 or 30 minutes later and he's like, her pain level's gone. Because she's like, I feel fine. You drugged her, Nimrod. You drugged her. So he sends her home. And she was fine. So I thought, well, I'll just call her surgeon tomorrow. She was scheduled for an ultrasound on Monday anyway. So we get home late. And I go ahead and call off work for Monday because with my husband's heart condition, he doesn't need to be out running around with COVID rampant here and whatever. So I just kept him at home and I start taking her everywhere. Calling everywhere, I should say. Couldn't get a hold of anybody, but she gets up and goes to her ultrasound. They sent her back. They're like, you were already in the ER. We're not going to pay for another one. Just giving her the runaround. She comes back home. By this time, it had flared its ugly head again. So I'm calling her doctor, her surgeon. Finally, her PCP says they send her home. What? He said, well, let's get her in here and I'll just direct admit her to the hospital. So we drive to the doctor's office, get her into the doctor's office. And he informs us then, I've called the hospital and they're full and they have no bed. So you're going to have to, let me see her and we'll fill out paperwork and you can take her through the ER. I said, no. Look at her. This time, the pain was so bad, she started vomiting again. He was like, oh my gosh. He calls 911. 911 comes, they put her in the ambulance, they take her to the ER because she was that sick. And ER ambulance people go right in before anybody in the lobby and they got her all hooked up and everything. By the time I got there, they had already given her some Dilaudid. Just started minimizing the pain. And I said, I don't want blah, blah, blah doctor who was in here Sunday night. The question of the day throughout everybody was, why did he send her home? So I told them the story that he gave. And our doctor come in to tell her. And I looked at our doctor and I said, she's not going home. I'm not leaving here today. She's going to either have surgery today or you're going to admit her, because we cannot keep coming back in here like she is. It's ridiculous. And he was in total agreement. You know, she should have never even been sent home Sunday night. So we get her in there and they take her to ultrasound. Ultrasound is calling the front desk. And they're like, why is she back here in this ultrasound? She's already had this done. What are you guys doing? Insurance isn't going to pay for this. We're going to call the other doctor that did all that, Dr. Nimrod. Dr. Nimrod used his own personal ultrasound machine to diagnose her. Which means not into the hospital ER where the surgeon or the radiologist can read it. He just took it up on himself. The guy's very smart. I mean, he's very knowledgeable, very smart, but he made a stupid move that day by doing that to my daughter. So everything was null and void that he did on that ultrasound machine. So they had to put her through that again. Everybody in that ER and the radiology were upset. Not at us and not at Dakota, but at Dr. Nimrod, because this has been more than one time that this has happened. And I'm like, why are you putting up with it? It's okay. I have calls out. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I will take care of my daughter for this. So they take her to the ultrasound. She's got gallstones, you know, so we get a hold of the surgeon. Her surgeon was not in that day, so they admit her and they get her comfortable. We go upstairs to the floor. This was Monday. They didn't do anything Monday. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. They said, well, she'll have surgery on Tuesday. And I said, okay. So I get up 5 a.m. Tuesday morning, go into the hospital, go head to head with the surgeon while she's laying there in pain. I'm like, you will do surgery today. She goes, I'm not doing surgery today. I am like trying to be Jesus, but I'm tired. 2 days of no sleep. I said, you are going to do surgery today. I'm like, this is ridiculous. It is her gallbladder, da 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 da. She said, she's not on my schedule today. I am not doing her today. I will do her tomorrow. And I said, we'll see about that. So I was on the rampage trying to fire her off of our case and get another surgeon who would do the surgery today. By this time, she's tired. She's tired of being in pain. She's hurting. She's on day number 3 with no eating. I mean, I'm calling everybody. The OR was booked that day, you know. So later on, she said a few things that she didn't mean to say when she hollered out, and she was like, just get somebody off the street just to come and rip this sucker out of me. She's like, it's ridiculous that I can't eat. So they let her eat, and she ate very slow. She gave her some turkey on like sandwiches from a turkey sandwich, and she ate. Then they gave her some Dilaudid, and my girl slept. I mean, she slept like a baby, and I was so glad. And she was on the schedule Wednesday. So I let her rest, and we just didn't have any company in that day. And she just rested. After she ate, she rested. She slept really good. So bright and early, we're waiting on the doctor to come. They come and they said, oh, she's on the schedule, but it could be noon, 12, or this evening. And I'm like, I said, the surgery's happening today, or yeah, something's going to be, I'm going to jail, because I was that tired and exhausted, and I was tired of people, and I was just, it was awful. It was just awful that she had to go through all that. Noon, she had her surgery, blah, 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 blah. She did wonderful. Got to come home last night. She's sore and stuff, but get this, her doctor called her and apologized. When I talked to the doctor on the phone after her surgery, she's like, Miss Walker, this is Dr. And I'm just telling you that Dakota did fine, And she was so nice. Not the person that I went face-to-face, head-to-head with. Nasty. She was very, very, very nice. Well, she calls Dakota last night, and Dakota comes in there and she's like, Mom, you are never going to believe this. She was on call Sunday night for surgery. She could have done her Sunday night. She said, Dakota, why did they do all that? And I said, what? So her doctor was on call, could have done her surgery if Dr. Nimrod would not have used his ultrasound machine, would not have said, oh, she's out of pain after he drugs her up. She could have had the surgery Sunday night, went home Monday, and been better than what she was today. But it didn't happen that way. But thankfully, her doctor apologized. She was very, very understanding as to why, I was like this grizzly bear coming out her throat on Tuesday morning, and she's getting the blunt end of everything, thinking that she was just admitted on Monday, didn't realize that she had been in the hospital Sunday until, and this is a question I wanted to ask too, till she read the chart on too. Okay, why didn't you read the chart when you was in the hospital? When you come to see her in the hospital, everything should have been in her chart and in her history and physical that, oh, she was here on Sunday, 12/18 or 12/18 or 17. But I don't know. She had to endure that. I had to endure crankiness, and I missed work all week. I ended up going to work yesterday just because I needed some normalcy. And we're on break now, but she's a trooper. She did wonderful. She's walking around and doing what she's supposed to. Her boyfriend's here, and her brother's here. My other son's coming in today with his wife. And we're going to have Christmas together with them because he's going to go, my middle child, which is a youth pastor, he's going to go to his wife's families, which we have to share. So they're going to go to her mom and dad's tomorrow. And we're all going to have Christmas here with them today and tonight. My husband's downstairs cooking. He's cooking all the dinner for me because I got to finish wrapping those gifts. And I got grandbaby gifts to wrap. And Santa's a little bit behind because of the events that happened this week. But it happened for a reason. And it's okay. We survived. She survived. I got a really good night's rest last night. I slept like a baby. She's rested really good. So that has been my week. I want to thank all of you out there in YouTube world for supporting my channel. In January next month, it'll be 1 year that I've started. I never dreamed that I would meet so many wonderful people. I love this platform. It is good for my soul. It's good for my brain because, I had a little stroke after I come off all those drugs. And my story you can find on my channel. And it's just, I just love you guys. And I'm expecting to grow more in 2023. I'm going to get more content out there. I'm going to do some more collabs. I mean, this was all a learning curve for me this first year and on how things work. And I still have people doing this behind my back, but I don't care. I enjoy this. I enjoy that you guys like to see what I put out, whether it be my dog, my family, our chronicles, when we go on vacation, cooking, I enjoy it. And I hope to get more out this year than last year. Now that I know, I'm got to remember I'm that has to be this way, this way, this way. And if I get a video, I got to hurry up and get it up. Well, that's not the case. I can have many videos and then put them up later, because y'all don't know when those videos were made. You know, like, it's just funny how my brain thinks. But I can't wait to see all my family today. We're going to have them here in the house. And my mom is coming over. This is, I really love Christmas, but the month of December is really hard on me. It'll be 2 years, December 29th, that my dad passed away. So it's hard. I miss my dad. I miss him a lot. But, you know, God needed him up there more than we needed him down here. And we've learned to survive without him. It's just the events each day. I have memories that come up and on where I was. And it's just one of those things, you know, you're born, the day you're born, you have a date of death. You know, that's just the way God intended, and he knows your birth date and he knows your death date. He decided to take my dad on that day, and we've done really well. My mom's struggling, but we'll get through it. We're a strong family, and we will get through. We're going to go to my brother's, who's about 2.5 hours away from here, on Sunday, but since she has had her surgery and we're getting a storm, an ice storm, it was 45 yesterday and we're sitting at 12. Well, now we're down to 5. It's going to get down to 2, but it's a negative wind chill. It's freezing, so we're not going anywhere on Sunday. I will go watch my grandbabies open up their gifts, because they're local here. They live about 5 miles from my house. So it's just been a crazy week. I'm going to go wrap some gifts, but I just thought I would sit on here, have you get ready with me, do a little chit chat, unedited. It's going to go up as is. It might go I might knock some stuff out, me turning around and getting my makeup, so I'm not boring you to death. But please know that I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate your comments, your support. I mean, I just want you to know that if it wasn't for you wanting me to do videos and supporting me, I don't know. But thank you. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a safe New Year. I'll do some more vlogging this week and stuff because I'm off. So be blessed today, friends. And remember, Jesus is the reason for the season. I love you all.